10th ASEAN Defence Ministers Meeting-Plus begins today with strengthening security and defence cooperation on the agenda. The ADMM is the highest defence consultative and cooperative mechanism in ASEAN. The ADMM Plus, that's a platform for ASEAN member states and the 8 dialogue partners, including India, the United States, China, Russia, Japan, South Korea, Australia and New Zealand. So what happens is that India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh is going to be addressing the forum, and this is on regional and international security issues. And Akshay Dongre now joins us with more on what we can expect from Rajnath Singh's address. Akshay, what is Rajnath Singh expected to say?
Well, ASEAN nations and the concerns that they have, then the region of Indo-Pacific as well as the South China region, the South China Seas come into prominence as far as the focus point of these countries are concerned, be it about the freedom of trade or about the security of the region. There have been tensions in the past few months as far as the maritime borders of the countries are concerned, especially when we talk about China's growing activity both in the Indo-Pacific region as well as in the ASEAN region as well. We have seen that there have been confrontations as well on several given points, and that is how this particular defense meet of ADMM becomes extremely important as far as the Defense Minister of India is concerned. India has been very, very vocal on one point that while it supports freedom of navigation, while it is for freedom of trade, freedom of navigation and good relations with the also not going to take sort of a attempts to hegemonize the entire region, and that is going to be one of the focal points. In fact, what we saw in 2+2 as well, regional issues plus global issues have been discussed. But one point that has been coming time and again, despite all of the other tension, be it the Middle East or the Ukraine, the Indo-Pacific region remains extremely important for India as far as trade is concerned and security of the region is concerned. So that certainly is going to come up, Mark.
Indeed. Akshay, also India is a net security provider in the Indian Ocean region, and as you did mention, a major player in the Indo-Pacific. But, how does the ASEAN view India in terms of defense cooperation? We also know that India and Vietnam trade in defense equipments.
Well, absolutely. Be it the patrol boats or other defense equipment, India and Vietnam, as far as defense cooperation, India has been growing its influence in military ties with the ASEAN nations. We have seen it's not just Vietnam. We have seen with Philippines and with other nations as well of the ASEAN. There have been growing bilateral, multilateral military exercises, especially in the maritime domain. So India is being seen as a counterweight to China. That is one thing very clear as far as ASEAN is concerned. Second point being, India is seen as a country that has been provider of peace, that has been keeper of peace, and that it has in fact highlighted during its G20 presidency as well, that while it is for peace, but it will not sit down while a third party or third party tries to hegemonize the region or tries to exert its influence on other countries and tries to bully them. So certainly India is being seen as a counterweight and is seen as a reliable, trusted partner that can, in fact, come to their aid as far as trade and other issues are concerned for the ASEAN nations, Mark.
We leave it there. Thank you very much. Akshay Dongre reporting on